On 17 June, the Anti-Corruption Foundation achieved an unprecedented victory. Such a scale is rare. On the sanctions front, it's an absolute first. Never before has any state, let alone G7 member, imposed personal sanctions in exact accordance with the proposals of a non-governmental organization, as Canada done following our recommendations. Canada's sanctions targeted not just officials, but the people closest to Putin, oligarchs, his inner circle, his financial backers. This is a genuine breakthrough. To fully grasp the significance of this event, we need to look back. Spring 2024, 16 February, the day Alexei Navalny was murdered in a penal colony beyond Arctic Circle. The war in Ukraine had been raging for 2 years. We were filled with rage and grief. The sanctions response to Navalny's murder was shockingly weak. The UK imposed sanctions on a couple of irrelevant colony staff, people who couldn't care less about sanctions. They have no foreign bank accounts or foreign passports, and Putin wouldn't give them a second thought. So we decided to show what should look like a proper sanctions response to Putin's murder of the main political opponent and leader of Russian opposition. Thus, the Navalny 50 lists were born. 50 people, a bold but realistic estimate of how many could be sanctioned at once. The name Navalny in the title is not just a tribute. These are the list he would have wanted to see. This is a continuation of his fight. This is a response to his murder. Therefore, 4 groups were included in the list. The first, Putin's close associates, not by their titles, but by personal significance, family, friends, asset holders. This includes his former wife Lyudmila Cheretная, relative Mikhail Putin, a senior Gazprom executive, son-in-law Igor Zelensky, Matthias Warnik, a friend of Putin's from his KGB days and former head of Nord Streams, and finally conductor Valery Gergiev, Putin's friend and trusted confidant. The second group, oligarchs, who sustain this regime, people like Yevtushenkov and Lysin, who prop up corrupt elites, fund the war, and personally profit from it. The third, subjects of Alexei's investigations, corrupt Moscow officials like Gorbenko, Rakova, Sergunina, and Leksutov, as well as, for example, Yentaltseva from our Gazprom investigation, a person close to Putin. The fourth, regime enablers, from those who brought Putin to power, like Chubais and the Yumashevs, to those currently handling internet censorship and finances, like Kasperskaya or Yudaeva, or those spreading propaganda on federal channels. And then, on 17 June, Canada imposed sanctions on all these individuals, every single name, in the same order as in our list. We couldn't believe our eyes. This wasn't just support, this was recognition of our work, of your support, of the Anti-Corruption Foundation's expertise in fighting the regime and shaping sanctions policy. But that's not all. At Navalny's rallies, the slogan was "We won't forget, we won't forgive." Now for us, it became a principle of active repentance. The path to redemption is open, but not through silence, only through action. If you build the system, tell us how it works. Until that happens, you are a legitimate target for sanctions. The inclusion of the Yumashevas and Chubais in the sanctions is a signal. Our approach has been heard. We follow the principle of "we won't forget, we won't forgive," not out of malice, but because impunity fuels new crimes. As long as there is no accountability, every next official and oligarchs will think that they can steal, lie, participate in war, and then just go quiet and enjoy life on stolen money. But now that will be harder. Canada's sanctions are not just about justice, they are about consequences. The G7 means data sharing. The likelihood of being sanctioned by the European Union, United Kingdom, and the United States has sharply increased. Now those in the sanctions will find it harder and costlier to hold money, manage property, or make deals. Every bank, every partner will see these people are toxic. This, the significance of those sanctioned, the tangible consequences for them, and the clear recognition of our role is what we call our massive victory. This is a victory for our team, for everyone who supports us, with donations, shares, words, or simply by not giving in to the pressure of Putin's regime. But we are not stopping here. The next goal is to secure sanctions based on the Navalny 50 lists for the European Union, the United Kingdom and the United States. Sanctions against those on Navalny's 50 lists must be imposed by all our allies. We will keep pushing this until the end.